amounts that we want to achieve here? When do we stop and say we don't want to let people go?
So I think, we've all shared the big dollar numbers that we've been working very hard to hit. I think a decision was made over this weekend that we probably couldn't go any further without impacting city services in a very severe way. The streets not getting plowed, us not responding to fires, us not responding to accidents or calls for police service, continuing to serve our senior residents, et cetera. So that is why we stopped short $2.5 million. So the budget that everybody will get tomorrow will be a $2.5 million deficit. If you recall, in the previous years, money was shifted from different accounts to cover a $20 million deficit. So we've shrunk it down so the impact won't all be in 1 year. We have made some planned reductions to capital projects to move money over from capital to cover the $2.5 million shortfall. We've also effectively drained money in the SHAPE fund and other funds that are smaller, tied to certain things to cover it. So for example, our DUI fund, we were able to appropriate a police officer out of there for 1 year, right, just to try to lessen the impact. The $2.5 million will most likely be covered by either budget carryovers, increased revenue from the casino when they open next year, property sales, or in a worst case scenario, we can use the capital funds that we have set aside to close this budget shortfall, right? There's also an ongoing effort to continue to find other cuts and adjustments, again, to try and reduce the impact on staffing. And I'm giving you a broad picture. We had talked about potentially sharing an overview slide, but you will get the budget tomorrow, and then we'll probably try to have some summary slides available, and everything will go through finance. There'll be a pretty big overall presentation that's more fine-tuned as we go into it. And if you recall, last budget year there were some amended budgets that were sent to the council as PDFs. There will probably be something like that coming to us for a final vote after all the discussions. But for this agenda item, things are moving very quickly, and it helps us make the decisions about who and where and how to adjust staffing based on what, if people take the voluntary RIF or don't take the voluntary RIF.
Can I ask a follow-up question?
Sure. Did I answer your question as best as I could without pretty PowerPoints to show you how the money moved?
I was looking for dollar amount, like a range or something, but maybe I'll wait till tomorrow to see the amount that we will try to save through this. But I want to make sure, are we trying to handle the deficit just with the personnel VRIF?
No, not at all.
Other budget
not
cuts?
at all.
So I wanted to understand what percentage is going here.
Yeah, and we can, this is really a bigger budget discussion, and I'm sure everybody has them, but no, the answer is far from no. Every single department put people last and did every effort they could to reduce their coffee fund, reduce their paper copy, photocopying funds. Every effort has been made to trim and cut back wherever we can.
And also, since the resident brought up about the public safety, that's a major concern I had at my at the committee meeting too. So if you could briefly go over that again for everyone.
I think we're going to wait till the budget discussion and just keep it to this agenda item, which is the voluntary RIF. And it's just a motion to approve or disapprove so we can offer a softer landing to people.
Thank you.
Alderman Nunez.
So as I'm reading through the voluntary RIF, we have the 2-week window from the 15th tomorrow to the 31st of October, and then those employees will have the option to stay with the city or choose a departure date on or before December 1st of this year.
Correct.
Which is why it's budgeted within this year, correct? So what would it cost us to allow you all to speak with the rest of the unions on Friday, give them the opportunity to express what they may want to bring to the table, and then resume this conversation next week? We've had special city councils called already, and at least this gives them the opportunity who take care of all of us on a day-to-day basis to bring something to the table.
That would really be a budget issue. That's not an HR issue. That's not something that I can answer for you. I'm just, that's the timeline that was set forth. So
we need to have the council's approval before we can even offer it to the unions on Friday. I mean, we need to have approval from this body that says you're okay with us authorizing to even have the meeting. If something comes out of that and we feel that there's a need for a special meeting, we can certainly address it at the next council meeting or at a special meeting should it need. And you asked the question about cost. It does cost all of us to come in here, so there is a cost. It's not a huge cost, but I weigh it every time we consider a special meeting. Alderman Franco.
I'm just wondering what the downside of having a voluntary situation like this would be, because if you don't want it, you don't have to go, right? If you don't want it, you don't have to go. So I'm trying to figure out why there would be any angst with this, because I don't want to go, I'm not going. Next, move on. So I'm just trying to figure that out, why we wouldn't just provide it give them a choice. I mean, so that's this discussion is kind of surprising, I guess.
I think everybody has questions about the budget and wants to know more, both staff, our employees, and certainly the council, and certainly the public. So, but if we could, I agree that it's time to refine it just to this issue. I don't know, Alderwoman Smith, if you had a question on the VRIF.
I guess I'm going through what everybody else here is going through. That, you know, just the thought about removing more employees is very difficult for us, and very heartfelt as well. You know, I understand why we would possibly want to go through this part of it. My fear is, you know, this part of it's going to lead, if this part of it isn't big enough, no offense, but I feel like it's going to, you know, lead you guys into just started cutting people. And, you know, that's
The urgency.
That's the urgency, because you need to get to that point. And I guess there's no safety net in waiting to hear or have conversation with the unions first before we have this. You're saying you need to be able to offer this. You need to have the yes before you can even offer this to people.
We would like to, yes, have the council's approval.
You would like to, or you need to?
We need
Well,
to.
in conversations with them, they want a concrete, is this happening discussion. We did have some pre-meetings before. We had a pre-meeting as a group, and they wanted more certainty. They wanted to know that this was approved by council, that this was the direction we were going. And so for us to meet with them again on Friday to say, hey, here's the outline of what we're proposing, but it hasn't been approved yet, they are going to want to come back to the table and discuss it. They want us to come with what their option is, so that then they can take it back to their members and make a decision.
So my final thought with that is that, you know, you said you're coming tomorrow with us with a budget that'll be $2.5 million deficit. It looks like the decisions have been overall made. Does that include what we're talking about here?
If we approve this, and if people accept it, there can be adjustments made after that. Does that make sense? But we had to come up with proposals and numbers to print the budget. So in theory, we could have started this process 2 months ago, gone through the VRIF process, and it would have helped made it easier to go through the whole budget process. But there's going to be a lot of adjustments that get made. But if we wait any longer on this, it simply becomes unrealistic to even offer it, right? You just have to move forward with the choices.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Okay, with no further questions, I'll ask the clerk to please call the roll.
Alderman Barrero?
Yes.
Alderwoman Garza?
Yes.
Alderman Masiacos?
Yes.
Alderman Nunez?
No.
Alderman Franco?
Yes.
Alderman Seville?
Yes.
Alderman Benuelos?
Yes.
Alderwoman Smith?
No.
Alderman Bug?
Yes.
Alderwoman Babe?
No.
Alderman Larson?
Yes.
8 yes, 3 no.
Motion carries. This resolution